Ooh, welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this right here. Well, I told you. And they looked at me like I was the conspiracy dude. Remember that. These platforms, they didn't want to say nothing when I was saying it. When I was saying these guys was throwing games, rigging games, nobody didn't want to say it, guys. It was only me. And my channel's been shadow banned to the hills. And to me, there's nobody on YouTube telling any truth on these so-called NBA sports platforms. Yeah, they'll tell you just a smidget just to keep YouTube off their back so they can get some money, right? But nobody is on here telling the real truth like I was in the first place. You can see it. Bruh, you can see these guys literally throwing games. Literally throwing games. The way these guys would shoot, the way these guys would defend, the way these guys would not show up to games, get hurt during the games. How about we did that video? And I got kicked in the nuts for this. For saying Kyrie faked that injury so they could fall in the standings. When clearly, the play-by-play guy said, Kyrie bumped knees with the defender. We slowed it down. And actually, Kyrie avoided bumping knees with the defender. And I guess Kyrie, of course, he knew the script, but he didn't. He wanted that dumb to actually bump knees with the defender and really destroy his knees, right? You want that dumb. And plus, if you look at the play, Kyrie was padded the hell up. So even if he did bump knees, I'm not trying to say you can't bump knees with pads on and you get fucked up, you wouldn't get messed up. But still, I'm just saying he did have those pads on his knees, thick as hell. I don't know how thick they are, but they look pretty thick. And he actually avoided contact with the defender. Like he was trying to go, I don't know. We just know Kyrie avoided knee contact with the defender. He never hit knee to knee with the defender. As the play-by-play guy read the script. Now, I guess it's easy to, you can say that maybe he was seeing things. I don't know. I'm not sure if that was on the replay he was saying that, or he was just saying that as the game was going. But it says clearly, well, he says clearly that Kyrie went knee to knee with the guy when the evidence proved he didn't. So what is he on the ground screaming in agony for? Well, we found out that Luka was already out from some fake injury at the All-Star. Remember, this guy got injured at the All-Star game. Doing nothing, folks. Doing nothing. He got hurt at the All-Star game, doing nothing. And then AD gets hurt right before the trade. And then basically they're all broken up. They're trying to do a trade with broken up players. But we all knew that was a lie. Remember, everybody, this is how I think everybody's working for YouTube. And working for the just agents of the NBA. Because they all want to play Monday quarterback. After the fact, they seen the evidence. Sometimes you don't have to see evidence, physical evidence. Because sometimes they'll hide it and you'll never find it. So you got to start using common sense. I guess you got to start to be called, a conspiracy dude. See, because a lot of times, law enforcement, what they do is they win the case based on hearsay, somebody else's word. Oh yeah, I saw that person do this. I saw that person have that. I saw that person. Yeah, they won't have no physical evidence except for hearsay, somebody else's testimony. That's it. Hell, that's what they had for Bill Cosby. They locked Bill Cosby up for all that time. They didn't have no physical evidence. They put that man in jail for something that happened like 30 years ago with no physical evidence. But here these YouTubers are trying to play like they know something because Mazda now told them to speak about the Kyrie, Luka, AD, LeBron James thing. Because remember, at first, they were trying to play these fake detectives and blame it all on LeBron James sent AD out of Dallas. Remember, that was their thing at first. Because they have to read the NFL script. That's what the NFL NBA, that's what the NBA wants you to say. LeBron James has no power in the NBA, folks. I keep trying to tell people that. LeBron James is dumb. You can't call this guy dumb and then call this guy brilliant. And why do you want to keep calling this guy brilliant and a bully and all this stuff? Because they don't want this money to dry up. They don't want this thing to be all fake with the NBA, a script. They want to keep the script alive, folks. So yeah, of course, when it first happened, they just said, oh yeah, LeBron James traded more guys. LeBron James traded more guys. And he traded AD up out there. How could you do that to AD after he brought? It's fake. They don't want to tell you that, folks. But guess what? The bad guy will. The shadow ban channel will. Because I've always told you that. That's why from the jump, YouTube said, hell no, you ain't about to be monetized, because they don't want my videos getting out to the masses. They want you to be able to be on par with their script. Don't go out. The script you can blame. The blame is always going to be on LeBron James. That's what they want their script to be. So you can go along with the script. The Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. LeBron James is the bad guy, LeBron James. But if you go outside the script and expose the script, that's where the problem lies, guys. But yeah, that's what they was doing. Oh, Nico Harris this, Nico Harris that. He's the bad guy. I was looking at this like, what are these guys talking about? And you know it's the script when everybody is saying the same damn thing. Because ain't no way. We got all these people out here acting like they so unique and different, and they all saying the same damn thing. They all saying the same damn thing. Later on, what they saying? Oh yeah, Nico Harris was right, man. Nico Harris was right about, Luka being fat. What are you talking about? Luka destroyed Minnesota, Rudy Gobert, and Anthony Edwards without LeBron James, without Austin Reeves. We don't remember that? In the playoffs the year before last year, he destroyed them. He put on a show, fat Luka. Right? So why is Luka running to lose weight? For what? For what? Luka was really never hurt. I don't remember Luka being hurt like that until what was it, last year when he faked the injury during the All-Star game? So I'm just saying, man. I was the first to say all this stuff. That the NBA is basically a racket. It's a racket. And let's line them up, guys. What was I saying? Tatum, injury, bullshit. Darius Darling, injury, bullshit. Who else? Victor Wembanyama, that shit he had, bullshit. Dame time, injury, bullshit. And I just didn't say it. I gave you a reason behind all of them. All of them, folks. How about Halliburton? Bullshit. I gave a simple reason why. And all these YouTubers, they scared. And not only that, they will sit up there and get the script from Mazda and say, oh, I hope he gets better. I hope he's okay. Hope he gets back soon. I hate to see that. And after these guys get injured, they will have all kind of people in the mainstream media just saying all this crap about their injuries and why is all this happening. Oh God, folks. You even have people outside of basketball, outside of the NBA on their channels, a lot like doctors, and you got to imagine, probably, the NBA or the mainstream media, NBA paying off these guys. Well, the mainstream NBA media paying these guys off to say these things. These so-called doctors on YouTube. Oh, why is this guy getting hurt? Why is this? So many guys, what are you talking about? They're faking injuries. They're faking injuries. And all this thing is, with this bullshit that's going on, with these little wigs, not the big wigs, these little boys getting caught for gambling. I've already told you guys. You're in suspense, thinking, oh yeah, they gonna get the big guys. No, they ain't. They ain't gonna get LeBron James. This whole thing will blow up before they get LeBron James. All they're doing again is telling you that this thing is out of hand. And everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. And I told you that before. It ain't no rogue type of dudes. Remember Dončić? He said, oh, all the referees cheating or helping out. I'm watching the NFL yesterday, and I think this guy's channel was Lobo or something like that. He got rigged games or whatever like that. But I'm watching the NFL, and you have guys literally tackling like women out there. Literally, it looked like they didn't even want to tackle. Look like they don't even want to tackle. And to me, you watch some of these NFL games, and you're like, how do you forget how to play football? How do you forget to catch one game? How do you forget to tackle? Some of this stuff looks weird. Nevertheless, I'm not, I don't watch NFL like that to really look at those things. And I guess you could. I'm not for sure. People done broke it down before, but I'm not in tune with, breaking those kind of things down. But the NBA, I mean, this is hideous. This is hideous. And like I said, now everybody wants to act like they're awake. They want to act like they're awake with it because the Mazda told me to talk. Mazda gave me the script. Now I can talk without Mazda shadow banning my channel, and I can say that they cheated because everybody's saying that they cheating. So I guess I can say that they cheating. I mean, it was apparent that they was cheating before, but Mazda will get mad if I go outside the scripts. I won't get my monies. And I told somebody on the comment, I said, these fools ain't going outside the script. They ain't going outside the script because 25% or maybe even more of your subs are bots. 25% of subs are bots. They're not even real people. So as you go on your platform, on your channel, depending on what you say, and you follow the script, YouTube is going to reward you with more bots, right? And as you put on video after video, they're going to reward you with views. When I say bots, I mean subs. So whatever you say video to video, they determine how many views you're going to get. And some of these guys who give you money aren't even real people. It's YouTube. Imagine that, guys. So when you hear people screaming out, I ain't saying all of them, I'm not saying all of them. So when you hear people screaming, thanks for the money, most of these people are bots giving out money. So it's just YouTube giving you money. And I'm not saying every single one of them, but I'm just saying some of them. So this is why these YouTubers on these sports platforms don't get out of line, because of the money. I don't care how, some of these guys out here, it's really scared, bro. They really scared to speak some truth. The only people out here speaking any truth anymore, like up front, before massive television, maybe AOH, Sports and Fitness Rants. That's the only people out here speaking any real truth. The rest of these fools just be waiting for the script. And I think AOH was the first one to be speaking on this stuff. Like, you know, out front about LeBron James cheating and the refs cheating. He didn't say it in those words, but he just showed you the video footage. Like, I mean, what else do you want? What else do you want? So a lot of these dudes out here, like I said, man, don't give me the credit. And I'm not trying to tell you that they got to give me credit. I'm not trying to say that. I'm saying what people, you know, saying I was crazy when I was saying these things. All these fake injuries. They're fake, folks. No athletes get hurt like that. And then on top of that, the rewarding of these athletes who missing all these games, ain't bringing in the viewership, the league is going down. Where the hell are they getting all this money from if the NBA is on their last leg? They done brought in Michael Jordan. They can't explain to anybody how a league is on its last damn leg, but yet they have all this money to reward all these players. Remember, the players are the product. Too bad I don't have another hour to talk about this. But the players are the product. The product ain't selling. The product ain't selling. You get it? So you're going to reward them with even more money without changing their product. So the product ain't selling at the store. Listen up. I mean, your YouTubers ain't going to tell you this because this ain't part of Mass's script. Who don't say that? Mass ain't going to give you them views. So you got the product at the store. And you want the best product at the store so it will sell. But guess what? The product at the store isn't selling. So what do? Well, what do? You do the same thing that the NBA is doing and try to make it make sense. You increase the price of the product. The product is trash. Nobody will buy the product, and the product is at the lowest point of its existence. So what do? You raise the product. I mean, the price of the product and act like the product is doing good. What? Pretty stupid. Well, how about changing the product? Try to make it better. Because nobody wants to effing buy it. Nobody wants to buy the product. It's trash. Whoever's making the factory, whoever's putting it together, it's trash. No, we ain't gonna do that. We're just gonna throw it back out there and actually make it worse and raise the price. This is the NBA, folks. This is the NBA. The NBA product keeps being trash for the last 10 years, according to the ratings. And they say, oh well, we're going to keep raising the price of it, though. I mean, like, we're not going to try to change it. Actually, we're going to make it worse. And guess what? They've been getting worse responses. And people's buying it less. I'm just wondering, what's the breaking point, folks? We already saw the Celtics sell. We already seen the Lakers sell. I think Milwaukee sold not too long ago. I mean, all these clues. I mean, this is what's so crazy about the whole effing thing, that these people, all you have to do is put all these clues together. Like an investigator, I don't need Massa telling me what to say or wait until it breaks from ESPN. ESPN is trash. Look at the people they got working there. Sham? Who the hell is this guy? This guy can't even talk without mumbling and fumbling and bumbling, and you don't know what the hell he's talking about. This is their NBA insider? Where the hell they get this guy from? This guy has to be the worst NBA insider they ever had. Ever. What the hell does he know about the NBA? This is this equal opportunity bullish that they're trying to pull. Not only that, it's the cheapest labor you can get. That's what ESPN has turned to, cheap labor. Hell, I wish I had an hour on that. Because I was the first one to point out ESPN, the fake Skip and Shannon Sharp beef. Ain't nobody want to say that. That's out of Master Script. And I told you how it happened. The fake Stephen A. and Max beef. I told you how it happened and how it all lined up. And remember, actually, that's when they started shadow banning my channel, when I exposed that. Because it all had to do with the Zubin, Keyshawn, and Jay Will show. Tanked out. And they needed Max Kellerman to go over there and save that show and be the moderator because Zubin sucked. So they started fake beef with Skip and Shannon Sharp, because they weren't getting the ratings no more like that. They weren't getting the ratings. So they couldn't pay them. So they started fake beef with them. That was real good, wasn't it? And all these YouTubers, what did they do? They were the reporters for it. They made sure that thing was, real. Made sure they brought it to you real. Guys, this is TV. Everything on TV is scripted. It wasn't a bad show. Undisputed, they just weren't getting the views no more. They pay them guys like that, so they're going to give you a drama on the way out, like ESPN always does recently with everybody who works there. So Stephen A. Smith and Max beefing, they gave you a soap opera drama with that because Max had to go over there and save that show. And it was okay at first, but it ended up tanking because Jay Will sucks. He should never be on TV. And they paid Shannon Sharp to come over there part-time because they couldn't afford him full-time. And then Undisputed just tanked out, whatever like that. And eventually, they end up lying like they always do. This thing's got good ratings. First take, look at Shannon Sharp. Nope. Nobody was watching that trash. They just fudging numbers, folks. Nobody was watching that trash. Nobody was watching that trash like that. And Shannon, he might have just came over there until his damn contract ran out. And they, you know what they did with him again? They gave him another story on the way out of accusing him of liking women. They even went so far. I mean, this dude is fruitier than a bowl of Fruit Loops. It was so bad that they even tried to convince us before that he was having sex with a woman in the phone. We could hear it through a phone call or something like that. They left the phone on, whatever they was trying to pull off. And then this one, that he was messing with a what do you call them? OnlyFans model. OnlyFans model. Oh boy. Pretty good, wasn't it? Pretty good. So yeah, they got Shannon Sharp on the way out with that. They always give him some kind of soap opera drama on the way out on ESPN. So they can get them clicks and views and all this stuff. And now he doing good on his channel. Skip started his channel. He wasn't doing nobody liked him at first. Nobody wanted to watch his channel. Now his channel done exploded. He got advertisement on there and everything. Well, he settled, Shannon Sharp settled with that girl. What was it, like 10 million or something like that? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. See, if it was a black woman or a black Latina, he would have fought her for that damn money. I'm just saying. He would have fought her ass in court for that money. Ain't nobody got no, what was it, like 10, 20 million, 20, whatever. Ain't nobody got no money like that just to dispose of. No, folks. He ain't making that kind of money. I ain't saying he ain't got billions, but he ain't got that kind of money just to dispose of it. And like I said, I'm the first one that this will probably never come out. Who gonna open their mouth about these players not making that kind of money? I don't think that will never come out. Woo! But like I said, somebody said on my channel, oh yeah, I think you're kind of right about that now. Brother, all I got to do is investigate, be an investigator, use my own common sense, and put the clues together. It's no longer a conspiracy once you have clues. And all the NBA's did was conspire, as we can see. All history is people fucking conspiring, whether it's the government or these patsies for the system, conspiring. So yeah, nobody. I don't think that'll never come out. That would be crazy, and I don't think it really has to come out that these guys don't make this kind of money. But you know, it's probably like in some kind of paperwork, entertainment purposes only that we ain't we ain't privy to because we ain't read the fine print of the NFL. So I mean the NBA. So we don't know. And also you got to remember, not only the players faking injuries, guess what? The trainers got to be in tune with it too. They got to be lying too. Yep. They got to be lying too. So I'm just saying, I don't need Mazda to throw me the script. I don't. I'm not monetized. And it's just, you know, it's just like that. So I can say, I can say the obvious. It's not that I can say what I want. I can just say the obvious, and the obvious is there. That these NBA teams are giving these guys this so-called money, even though the league is failing, even though the product is failing. They just keep giving them more and more money so they could charge you $50 for a hot dog, $600 for a bag of popcorn, $500 for parking, and all this stuff. They're trying to keep a value on the team. Because if these players are getting paid this kind of money, it's got to be the biggest crime in sports history. It has to be the biggest crime. Imagine you go to work and everybody at your company keeps getting massive raises and the company is about to tank, is about to go out of business, or, you know, it ain't doing good. It's just hanging on. It's just hanging on. But year after year, they keep giving you massive raises. Like what? Like the company is doing good. They keep giving you all these massive raises. It's crazy. And let me tell you another thing is, like I said the other day, the NBA ain't even got to push its own league no more. Because YouTube platforms have become the advertisement for the league. So they're getting off easy with advertising now. They ain't got to advertise shit. That's why you see these top 5 players who are international players, they're not really selling the league. Or Nike commercials, McDonald's commercials, Burger King commercials, all these different commercials that these guys used to be on back in the day. The Larry Birds, the Magic Johnsons, the Dr. J's, the Michael Jordans, the Barkleys, the Ewings, all these star players, they used to be on all these commercials, folks. They used to push the NBA. It used to be that big off of just commercials. You know what I'm talking about? With top tier companies advertising these guys. You don't see it with these NBA players today, these top 5 guys. And you ain't gonna see it because the YouTube platforms who talk about the NBA, these are the new advertisers. It don't matter if they're talking good or bad. Well, the good and the bad is still in the script, but don't expose the script, okay? That's how I talk. Don't expose that, and you'll be okay. If you just go by the script, it don't matter if you're talking bad about the NBA or good. You need a good and a bad. But you don't need somebody exposing the script. So if you go with the script, what you're doing is you're basically advertising for the NBA for free. Yes, they will reward you with some views, so you can get some money. That's how they pay for their advertising now. The NBA. Because their top 5 players, I told you a million times, they ain't advertising their own game, folks. They ain't pushing their own game. And that's why you got all this shit being talked about, which is basically all Americans players from the 210s, the Durants, the Hardens, the LeBron James, all these fools from the from the 2010s, they're still being talked about. Not the top 5 guys. And now you have some other stuff being talked about because these, according to the ratings, these top 5 guys cannot sell the league. I wish I could talk for another hour, but I gotta go right now. But like I said, I don't wait for Mazza to give me the cue. I don't. I've always said the obvious, and I'm always say the obvious because it's obvious. We shouldn't have to wait for Mazza to give us some money to say the obvious. Don't tell me you love the NBA and you can't say the obvious on your channel because you wait for money or waiting for the script from Mazza. Don't tell me that. And I'm going to bring this Celtics thing to you. The 60 Celtics, I'm going to break it down. A lot of people aren't going to watch the whole video because it's long, so I'm going to just go ahead and break it down in increments again. Because I ain't scared to say it. Everybody's scared to talk about the 60 Celtics and Bill Russell. I put out the video yesterday. Everybody's scared to talk about it. I ain't scared to talk about it. Again, I'm saying the obvious, and I'm asking questions. And it's no, like I said, with no disrespect on the Celtics or Bill Russell or nothing like that, but we're just telling you the story of it because everybody's scared to talk about it. That Bill Russell ain't a top 10 player. After I did that whole video, he's not a top 10 player, folks. At best, he was a modern day, go watch the video, I know it's gonna hurt you. He was a modern day Dennis Rodman with so-called leadership skills. That's what he was. A great defender, a great rebounder. But I guess, what you would call leadership skills, even though I still question how much leadership you can have when the Boston Celtics had 3 All-NBA players on the same team for like 7 straight years. And they had the greatest team of all time. If you go watch that video. So I'll break that down in increments. And, because like I said, a lot of people, they might not even have the time to watch the whole video, but I'll break it down in increments again.